Gray, just looking around on the team. Just a reminder though, Blake in goal, Lay, King, Bailey, Morrison, Gray, Green, Lowe, Mariappa, Brown, and Williams. Referee looks on, not pleased as the official on the sidelines, just in front of the fourth official's desk. Just looking on, giving the signal. And the game has started. Jamaica in possession. Lowe puts a play to Brown in front of their penalty area. Jamaica in possession. Back to Brown on the right hand side. He cuts inside, turns it right back on the right hand side, or just in front of the penalty area, pardon me. Still puts the play back on the right. Jamaica in possession. One touch. Want to give and go. Puts the play forward at the half line. Forward now to the Gray. Gray with a two-person in front of him, finding Bailey. A back heel by Bailey on the right-hand side. Picked up alongside the penalty area. The ball swung across and headed outside for a corner. Corner on the right-hand side to the Jamaicans. They're starting in a positive note.
Yes, that was some quick passing there. That ball inside cut the El Salvadoran defense apart. And that laid the foundation for a good attack. Ball to Leon Bailey. Leon Bailey was coming in and the ball came too close to him, so he stopped somewhat, but the back heel was good to free the space for the cross. It was a decent cross and well defended by El Salvador.
Corner taken quickly toward the penalty area. A shot blocked. That came off the boot of Williams. Jamaica back in possession. Toward the penalty area. Low trying to go down the back heel to Bailey. Bailey tricky. Surrounded by two players. Toward the penalty area, laying it off to the Speedy Williams, then to Lowe, right to Bailey, trying to cross it, it's blocked, and I think it came off Bailey at the end. Yes, it did. Went across the goal line for a goal kick. This to El Salvador. No goals on the cards just yet. First half action.
Yes, bright looking start from Leon Bailey on this right hand side, playing on the right of a front three, and will surely cut inside with that left foot of his. So it's a nice to start this from the Reggae Boys actually.
Ball picked up on the right by Cairo. In possession for El Salvador, surrounded by two players. Lowe comes over and takes the possession away from him and allow the ball to trickle over the touch line in front of the bleachers for a throw to the Jamaicans midway their own half on the left.
Yes, it should be interesting to see how well the Jamaicans will defend the passing game from the El Salvador team in the middle of the park. As I said before, not the strongest team, but they do knock it around a little bit better than us.
El Salvador trying to prevent the ball from going into touch. A throw on the left, just on the half line in front of the marathon tunnel, looking for the striker Gray, and the ball towed into touch before Gray could latch on. It will be another throw to the Jamaicans alongside the penalty area of El Salvador on the left. Throw taken quickly back on the right, on the left hand side, pardon me. Diesel dazzle may call it this from Lay for the Jamaicans. Trying to do a little bit too much. Lay came off his left boot into touch for a throw to El Salvador alongside their penalty area on the right.
Well, that's one of the situations that you see. He spoke about the pressure being off, as you heard someone said earlier. So Lay is free now to try things like that, knowing that giving away possession and losing won't be the end of the world if you concede. So a little bit free in terms of what we can do this afternoon.
Ball put across and we picked up by Brown. Puts a play to his captain Blake inside his penalty area. Controlling to the left hand side. Jamaica in possession. Controlling the play, controlling with his right boot is Daniel Green. Then back on the left to Lowe. Inside of the penalty area. Jamaica in possession in their defensive third. King in possession. Goes forward now, swings the play, trying to change it on the left hand side, bounces in right in front of Daniel Green, mistimed it, and it bounced just in front of him. If he had actually stuck out his left boot, would have put him forward in front of goal.
Yes, what a wonderful ball it was. Well timed run. He was onside the flag, stayed down, and he would have found himself in a fantastic position if he was able to trap that ball, but didn't put any of his foot out. And it just ran into touch for a throw-in for the El Salvador team.
3 minutes gone inside of this matchup. Turning is Bailey. There's a scoop on the left-hand side, looking for the run of Gray. But that was not the great test at all. And the first assisted flag went up. I think that's offside more so than anything else.
Yes, it was. It was clearly offside. It was not the right choice from Leon Bailey to go for that pass. He had already gone into an offside position.
But the flag did not go up until Gray actually reached about a meter away from the ball.
Well, how does the rule state? Because El Salvador defender now started to play the ball, so I I don't know why he should have called it before.
Exactly.
Because the ball eventually was now being played by the El Salvador player.
Exactly.
So it's a different passage of play now. So he should have, once he started to chase the El Salvador defender, the flag should have gone up.
Green puts the play back at the half line to Low. Then to King, first touch, looking on the right to Brown. Brown controls with his right boot, trying to go around one. The ball deflected off the left boot. Going into touch for a throw. That was Vidal for El Salvador. Jamaica back in possession, midway their own half. Mariapa wants it back, he gets it back. Ravel Morrison to his left, he foregoes Morrison, top of his penalty area. The King goes by one. Right to the half line. Oh, brilliant ball this from Gray. Looking for the run of Bailey inside the penalty area on his right boot. Goalkeeper to beat. And he goes by him. And the goal is there. And it's blocked. Oh, he went by goalkeeper Antonio so sweetly, Leon Bailey. And then with about three defenders running back, he was off balance and trying to force it between the three. He deflected off the defender and went past the left upright for a corner to Jamaica.
Yes, great build up again. Wonderful passing. Good run from Leon Bailey. And showed sublime skills to get by the goalkeeper, Sean. But when he did that, he stumbled. And I think that is the reason why the defenders were able to get back to block the shot. But what a beautiful play it was. What wonderful skills. Unfortunately for Jamaica, Leon Bailey was able to keep his balance to get a good shot on goal.
Bailey going for an in-swinger from the right. He has Brown to his left. But Brown turns back. He moves the speaker. And swings the ball inside the penalty area, headed out by the defense, but right to Gregory Lay. Yes, option to his left. He goes to his left, midway the half of El Salvador. Back on the left-hand side, the ball swung inside the penalty area. Jamaica on the attack, controlling, trying to turn his Mariapa, finding Bailey on his left boot. Goes by one, top of the penalty area, passing it off to Green. Green trying to stumble somewhat and chips it. And it went over the crossbar. The flag goes up now by the first assistant. Went behind the line. And it will be a goal kick to El Salvador. No goals on the cards just yet. We were in first half action in this CONCACAF FIFA World Cup qualifiers. We're in minute 6.
Well, this is a good start from Leon Bailey. He's very heavily involved in all the play and he has done 95% of the things right when he gets on the ball. That was a good move by him again. Nice little pass inside to his teammate on top of the 18-yard box. Eventually, everything was thwarted by the El Salvador team.
So play continues. Antonio, the custodian for El Salvador, in possession in the 6-yard. No goals on the cards just as yet. Looking left, looking right. Launching the play upfield inside the center circle. Header on, deeper inside the half of the Jamaicans. The goalkeeper, the captain, Blake, doesn't allow the ball to come in front of him, and he rolls it to Mariapa, controlling at the edge of the penalty area. Finding Williams. Goes on the right-hand side to the King. King chips the play forward now, looking for the run of the striker, Gray. Headed over for Gray, could latch on, but right back to Jamaica. Bailey chips over one, trying to go forward and tussling for the possession, over-dribbling somewhat. And a late challenge by Bailey. And the defender going down, holding his right ankle and rolling over, though. I think he is actually heading for an Academy Award.
Well, it seems as if Bailey stood on his toe, and when it's the top of the boots goes on the toe like that, it could be very painful, Sean. He will be okay though. So I think that's what happened. Bailey caught him on this toe, that sweet spot there.
Well, he held his ankle first, and now he's holding his foot, and the referee not calling on anyone just as yet. No one in terms of the medical team has gotten up from El Salvador's bench, and still the player's down. Referee still looking on the player.
Referee doesn't feel it's all that serious.
Maybe not.
And he's helping him up now. So referee knew what happened and knew that it does need some time to breathe off. He stood on his foot, on his toe, and it can be very painful.
Yes, it can. And he's showing that it is. That's Daniel, Ronaldo Daniel. For El Salvador, it's a free kick to be taken by El Salvador just outside the penalty area. Goalkeeper Antonio in full purple, you may say. I saw my good friend Ricardo Chambers earlier on. And Mr. Breckenridge was saying a certain name to him because he had a purple shirt on. Header out by King. Ball turned back in the half of El Salvador. They're in possession. This to Vidal. Turning back the play to the man who was lying down on the ground a short while ago. Daniel finds his goalkeeper, Antonio, almost from half line. Puts the play back on the left to Daniel. Midway their half, El.Salvador, they're trying to build, controlling with the captain, Adelso. Going wide or right. Oh, cutting by our own Daniel and puts the play, forced the play on the right-hand side, but could not be picked up, and it's intercepted by the captain coming out of his penalty area. Goalkeeper Blake of the Jamaica moving to his left, telling his players to relax.
Has been a slow start, very slow start from this El Salvador unit. Not putting too much pressure on the Jamaicans when they're passing out the ball from the back. They have been pretty comfortable, and those eventually they are picking up spaces very well. So when the ball is slipped through, then the El Salvador team is found wanting. So they need to press. They are not pressing, and they are not making it difficult for the ball to be played through. So not a good start from the El Salvador team at all.
No goal scored, just the side of the penalty area, launching the play upfield. El Salvador in possession inside the center circle. Oh, dummy, this is to Santana. He wants it back. He gets it back, puts it to the captain, Adelso. Adelso now on the left-hand side. He has introduced Vidal. One touch. Oh, beautiful play by now the captain himself in Adelso. Trying to force a play on the right-hand side. The midway, the half of the Jamaicans laying on the possession is Jairo. On the right, a long-range effort. Oh, goalkeeper in a spectacular fashion. Andre Blake, a shot by 33 yards out. Blake using both fists to just punch it over the crossbar. It's going to be a corner to El Salvador. What a strike this by the young man.
Yes, it was a decent strike, but you expect a quality keeper like Blake to be able to save a ball like that from that distance without the player having much back lift on his shot. So it was a comfortable save in the end. No error, and he would have been okay, and he did not commit an error there. Just did the right thing to parry it over the crossbar for the Reggae Boys, but that was the best we would have seen from the El Salvador team thus far. It was a nice build-up, good play. They kept the ball for a little while, and then the shot came.
So corner be taken from the left. 12 minutes gone inside of this first half. Still no goal scored just yet. The CONCACAF FIFA World Cup qualifier. Ball no song inside the penalty area. Header wide of the left upright. It's going to be a goal kick to the Jamaicans. Header coming in by Wilfredo.
Wilfredo, he got in front of his man, got to the front post, but difficult now to get it on target when you're not seeing the goal. Went high and wide in the end, but he did well to get in front of the Jamaican defender.
Back in possession, Brown for Jamaica, puts it inside alongside the center circle to Bailey. Bailey goes wide the left to Green, controlling his Green. Top of the penalty area, cuts inside on his right boot and looking back for Morrison, but it's broken up by this El Salvador, and Green with a wide tackle though, putting down, looks like Jairo on the ground, seen by a referee, handing a free kick to El Salvador about 9 yards just outside their penalty area.
Not the greatest of decision by Green. Lay made a run on the outside. Should have slipped him in. He checked and came inside. That's where all the El Salvador players were. And this touch wasn't good in the end and gave away possession. He was trying to pull it back for Ravel Morrison, but was intercepted well by the El Salvador defenders. And many of them were there. So he should have just played it through when Lade made that run.
Jairo puts the play on the right. El Salvador, they're trying to build midway the half of Jamaica. Puts it on the half line, though back inside of the center circle to Anthony. Anthony looks left, chips a play on the right. Beautiful chip that coming from Anthony. El Salvador still in possession, trying to turn, but they're giving away possession now to Morrison. Oh, a little touch by Gray, back to Morrison, but broken up, heavy touch by Morrison, giving away the possession. And goalkeeper for El Salvador, Antonio, just cooling down the play for his team.
Yes, difficult ball when it was played back to Morrison by Gray, but if one person could have trapped that and bring it down and move forward, it would have been Morrison. So it was unlike him to not gather that one.
Here comes Leon Bailey once again on the right-hand side. Bailey skips over the possession between two defenders. Heavy touch looking for the run of Brown though. That was a beautiful intention, but that pass was a bit heavy by Leon Bailey.
Yes, held it. A few step overs, waiting for Brown to make that inside run, which he then did, but the pass was overhit by Leon Bailey.
So play continues. El Salvador in possession. The goalkeeper is Antonio. just outside the 6 yard. The pass made to his captain Adelso. Then to the right boot of Jairo. El.Salvador light breeze blowing as Carlos showing a bit of skill, chip it play, but has given the possession away. Mariapa is there, and that pass broke it up. The ball is saved from going outside, but given to El.Salvador on the right hand side, but broke it up once again. Brilliant move that was from Mariapa coming back in defense, but poor clearance. This from goalkeeper Blake. And the ball will bounce over the goal line, and the backspin on the ball. It bounces for a corner, the second to El.Salvador.
Yes, well, Blake is never the greatest with his foot, Sean, but then he came to his weaker left foot, and he came up with a little bit of pace, so he had no control really over that clearance. But happily for the Reggae Boys, he didn't kick it straight to anyone. It looped in the air, so then this was headed out in the end for a corner.
It's a corner to El.Salvador on the right. Clyde Santana will take the corner. No goal scored just yet in this matchup. Lay coming close to make sure that he has everything covered. Corner now taken, shift inside the penalty area. Header out before anyone from a blue shirt could latch on. Leon Bailey with a slide pass. The ball put on looking for the run of Gray, but that pass was wayward. And a header coming from King, but only to the chest of the captain, Jairo of El.Salvador. Who puts the play on the right-hand side. El.Salvador in possession. Who wants to play? The Carlos. He showed a bit of skill earlier on. Finds the right boot of Anthony. Then goes on the left-hand side to introduce Daniel, who swings the play on the right, but to no one in a blue shirt. Went over the head of defender Lay. Bounced into touch for a throw to Jamaica.
Yes, the passing game has gotten better in the last 15 minutes. Well, not 15 minutes, the last 10 minutes for the El Salvador team. Much better showing from them now. So it's a much more competitive game.
So throw for Jamaica. As we see El.Salvador in possession. Puts the play back to the last man standing in Daniel. Finding the captain, they call him Adelso. Showing a bit of skill, Adelso gets it back just in front of the marathon tunnel. Puts it back inside of his own half to the left boot of Anthony. Then to Carlos. Carlos forces it on the right-hand side. We're off to the races. But the goalkeeper, it showed a bit of skill, though. The captain, Andre Blake, going like he's going to launch it in the stands. A little bit of dummy, though. Allowed the ball to roll over the goal line. The striker, Wilfredo, that's a short, a little bit. And it will be a goal kick for Jamaica.
Indeed. Andre Blake with the dummy, faking as if he was going to bang it downfield, but then stopped and checked and allowed it to run into touch for a goal kick.
Actually, that was Jairo, not Wilfredo. Wilfredo wears number 9. Jairo is 17. But a goal kick to Jamaica. Nevertheless, no goals on the cards just yet. Nice small crowd in the grandstand. That's the only stand that's open. Just a reminder, you can come in the venue, though.
What do you mean by a nice small crowd?
Nice small crowd. I haven't seen crowds in the grandstand for years. There's a nice small crowd. And the player's down. Looks again to be Daniel of El.Salvador. Did not see that play, though. Referee stands over him. He's pointing to his nose that something, he got hit in his face. A referee has not made the signal to his bench. But in the meantime, Daniel is getting up.
Yes, which is great. So the game will be able to continue. Never like to see a football game with a lot of stoppages. And the referee will drop the ball in favor of El.Salvador.
Yes, he will. Midway their half. Still a 0-0 scoreline. Actually trucks back to the goalkeeper, Antonio. Will just drop it at his feet. Hands akimbo from Antonio. He has possession. He asks, who wants it? Well, Anthony wants it. Antonio passes it back to Antonio. There's Anthony and Antonio. Oh, poor pass coming back to the goalkeeper, Antonio. Saw Leon Bailey lurking outside. Had to launch it quickly. And deep in the defensive third. King is there, just shielded the ball before it went over the goal line. It's a goal kick to Jamaica. No goals on the cards just yet.
Yes, the intensity of the Reggae Boys play has eased a bit. And let's see if they can up the ante once again.
King surrounded by 2 players in his defensive third. Been harassed somewhat. Dribbling back inside his own half. And the ball towed away. And coming off the left boot, though, so they've given the El Salvador possession. They forced the ball onto King with surrounded by 2 defenders.
King was trying to show some tricky. Maybe should have turned and try and bang it downfield.
Maybe that pass shouldn't have happened from Mariapa. In the meantime, tried to swing the ball across, blocked, went outside for a corner. It's a third corner to El.Salvador.
And they would say, you know, they were saying two wrongs don't make it right.
You know that song?
Yes.
Who sing that song?
Which version?
The original.
There's a Wycliffe version.
No, the original. No. Homework. In the meantime, it's going to be a corner from the left-hand side, an outswinger inside the penalty area. Glancing header defended, deflected off. I thought it went off a Jamaica player. Yes, it did.
It did. Almost an own goal.
Yes, it bounced off the knee and went wide of the left upright, ballooned over the crossbar somewhat, and goalkeeper Blake was at the near post. So it's going to be another corner, though. It could have kept low and could have gone in.
Yeah, it would have been 1-0. Blake would have had no chance. Just hit him. It was a very good corner. El Salvador front man missed it initially at the front post, so maybe it was a bit surprising to the defender who just ricocheted off him. Almost went in, but just went over the bar.
So corner again. And this corner from the right hand side this time around. The ball swung inside the penalty area. Header, and it goes in! Brilliant! El Salvador, they take the lead. To the right of goalkeeper Blake, he was diving to his right. His glove actually touched the ball as it bounced and hit the back of the net. El Salvador, they lead by 1-0 over Jamaica in its CONCACAF FIFA World Cup qualifying action here at the National Stadium. We're in minute 21, unofficial time, I may add.
Free header inside the 18-yard box. A couple of corners now. They would have won. Came across. It wasn't great defending at all. At this level, somebody should have been on him right there. Let him score a difficult header, but that was too easy. Headed it down. Once it bounced before a goalkeeper and went close to the upright, it would have been always difficult for Blake and could not get to it. So it's 1-0 in favor of El Salvador.
So I think that was scored by the captain, but I'm going to make sure.
Player number 4.
No, actually it was 4 in Anthony.
In the 20.
So Eric Anthony is his first name. As all these players have 4 names, you know.
Yes, from that sort of those countries, they usually have 4 names.
I'm just using the first 2. So the ball deflected outside. Jamaica under 1. Go header by Eric Anthony. To the right of goalkeeper Blake. Outstretched right arm. Glove touching the ball as it went inside. 1-0. He spoke about the corners. The goal scorer himself, Anthony, in possession. Midway his own half. Finding now the left boot of Daniel, who almost lost his possession. Finding his goalkeeper, Antonio. Takes the play forward. Broken up. This by Brown. Here comes, oh my word. The flag goes up by the assistant referee. It's saying it's a handball by Brown, but that call came late. Actually, Brown advanced towards the ball when it was chipped forward by the El Salvador defender, and then actually it hit him hand from my avenue, from my perspective. And however, that flag was raised about 3 seconds after.
Yes, I was wondering when since he became Zinedine Zidane, because that control was perfect, but we know why it was perfect. He did the hand.
So there's a player down, and the referee has asked for the stretcher to be on. And looks to me like it's Wilfredo. Wilfredo is down. He's signaled for the stretcher though. As soon as.
Yeah, the Jamaica supporters, at least one has given up already because he's no longer watching the game. He's watching his phone.
Maybe he got an important message.
Since Jamaica went behind, he's now watching some raccoons or something like that.
Maybe he got an important message from his friend, his child. You don't know what it was. Well, the stretcher is on now. And Wilfredo is still sitting down at the half line. And is getting up now. And referee, though, seems like he thinks that, in my estimation, El Salvador, they have a plan. Because he has not actually made a signal to the bench every time someone goes down. He sits over them, he waits until they get up. And he points on his clock. So I don't know if that signaling, he knows that they're coming to waste time. I don't know.
Maybe he would have done some analysis of the El Salvador team, watched some games, the previous games with them. Perhaps, you might never know.
But at that time, they weren't leading, they were 0-0, so I don't know. But right now, they are leading by 1-0. Goal scored by Eric Anthony. Goalkeeper Antonio for El Salvador in possession. Looking left, looking right. Just looking on, launching a play downfield. And we see another player looks to be high road and falling over, holding his face. Referee not even stopping the game, telling the player to get up. Has looked at him and said to get up. Play has continued with the player lying down on the ground. He's taking his sweet time to get up. Lay dancing at the half line for the Jamaicans, finding Mariappa. Or shall I say, Ravel Morrison, pardon me. Williams puts the play to King on the right. Still inside their own half, Jamaica trying to build. Oh, skips by two brilliantly, but over dribbles is King and giving away the possession and takes it away, takes it back illegally and puts the ball, thumps the ball on the ground in front of the referee, and the yellow card comes out for King.
Yes, that's a poor yellow card to give away in those sort of circumstances. Being a defender, you never want to get a card like that.
Nicholas, we spoke about his youth earlier on. He over-dribbled the last possession. He thought he won it back clean from the captain, Adelso, but was right in front of the referee, at least 2 yards. The referee thought it was not, in his estimation. Ball floated on the left, chested down, this by Santana. Santana tried to cut inside, laying the possession. Huffs, no, but he still has it. Still being tracked by Brown. Passing to the right boot of Daniel. Back on the left-hand side to Santana. He goes forward now on the left, puts it inside that pass, but it's broken up by the Jamaicans only momentarily because El.Salvador, they've won it back. On the right, they're trying to build someone, chips it forward now between two defenders. In possession, a shot taken all on the ground off the right boot of Wilfredo. And goalkeeper Blake diving to his right, wrote on the ground. And certainly just accepted that with such ease.
Yes, well, I asked the question. I'm looking forward to seeing how the Jamaicans will react to the good passing, intricate game of the El Salvador team. They are struggling right now to cope with them. They are moving the ball around and they're getting inside the attacking third quite easily right now.
I have to say a special happy birthday to a friend of mine, Howard. Says he's celebrating by watching the match. Oh, they're almost giving away the possession, the Jamaicans in their defensive third. And brought down was Ravel Morrison after winning by the possession for Jamaica. They're playing a little bit too loose. The team coached by Paul Hall. Green to Low to Lay. Back to Low on the left-hand side, midway its own half. Finding Mariappa. Oh, is that? Yes, it is. Swings the play on the right. Brilliant pass. Looking for Brown. But Brown's anticipation was incorrect. He started to go inside. He should have gone down the wing. That was a splitting pass between three defenders. Went on the right-hand side. Had a curve on it. But Brown should have easily went down the wing instead of cut inside. When he realized the ball was going away, he started to backtrack. And at that time, it went over the line.
Yes, the time is wrong properly at all there. Not my favorite right back.
King to Morrison to Lane inside the center circle. Jamaica in possession. They're down by one. Controlling is Brown. Laying the possession up at the half line. Mariappa finding Morrison midway the half of El Salvador between two defenders to Williams. Williams then to Bailey with two defenders in front of him. Bailey cuts inside. Surrounded by three players trying to force his way through. The ball laid off in front of Bailey. A shot taken on the left upright. Oh my word. Lost by Morrison. The ball put across the face of goal. Collected by goalkeeper Antonio diving to his right. What a shot by Ravel Morrison. Oh my word. The left upright is still shaking. That was a thunderous effort by Ravel Morrison.
Yes, hit it with a plumb, Sean. Goalkeeper had no chance. He was never going to get a hit. But hit the upright and came back out. Unfortunately for the Reggae boys, good pressure they applied there to the El Salvador team, but wasn't able to hit the back of the net. That was well done. Ferocious shot it was indeed from Ravel Morrison.
Goal kick taken by Jamaica. In possession, Williams, Speedy is his nickname. Then to King, who stumbled over and almost fell on his face, and the ball trickled into touch. Could not collect that pass from Speedy Williams, and Jamaica giving away possession to El Salvador, at least 8 meters from the half line. They're in Jamaica's half on the left flank.
Yeah, sloppy there from the Reggae boys. Passer was under any pressure, and the person who was supposed to receive the pass in King was by himself, but went wrong and given up a silly throw to the El Salvador team.
Vidal will take the throw for El Salvador, being sent back by the fourth official.
Who is?
Said in a short while. I did not get the names of the referees. I think I know who that fourth official is.
That's why I
got
asked.
walk.
That's why I asked you.
Well, you should know.
It's your favorite referee.
My
in
favorite
Jamaica.
referee. In the meantime, play continues, and a whistle, late whistle coming to hand Jamaica the possession, and Brown actually came just in front of the El Salvador player, was standing just in front of the possession as Vidal, and just bounced in front of him, did not go through with his arm, his both palms are on his chest, and he did not go through with what they call shock, actually. But referee did not see a foul in that. In the meantime, here comes Bailey. They're finding Brown. Alongside the penalty area. Brown holds by the possession. Looks back for Bailey, but gives it away. Right back over to El Salvador. In possession on the left-hand side is Wilfredo. One touch back on the left. Vidal launched it up the field. Looking for the striker, but broken up by Lowe. To Morrison. Then he finds Lay. Moving to his left. Midway the half of the Jamaicans. Lay back to Morrison. Top of the penalty area. Lowe controls it just in front of the D. Launch it on the left-hand side. Brilliant ball that was from Lowe. Brought down beautifully. Ball now swung inside the penalty area. Headed out, looking for the run of their striker, Gray. Broken up, that was Green. And a foul coming in from Green. Has to be careful,
clearly
though.
a foul.
Running into the player from behind, midway their own half.
Yes, went right through him, run right through him. Clearly foul, but it was a good attempt for him to play that ball in early. Trying to pick out Gray, but it was good defending from the central defender from El Salvador. Headed it clear. But again, Jamaica looking like they did in the first 5-6 minutes of the game now again, Sean.
Play continues. Free kick taken by Anthony of El Salvador. Midway in the half of the Jamaicans, headed by Williams. Not directed at all. Broken up by Lowe. Ball now put on the left, looking for the run of their striker Gray, but broken up by the defender Daniel of El Salvador. Then finding Carlos. El Salvador in possession inside of their own half. Tricky passing by the El Salvador team. Chips the play forward, but Brown breaks it up momentarily. And Devon Speedy Williams showing that why his name Speedy, running back to win the possession for the Jamaicans. Mariapa finds back Williams. Speedy swings the play to the left. To Lowe. There's another player from El Salvador that's down. Referee not looking his way. Jamaica continues to attack. Here comes Lane. Now toward the penalty on the left-hand side. Finding Daniel. Daniel surrounded by two players. Ball don't put Alex cut off. Brilliantly read by the captain of El Salvador in Adelso.
Yeah, see, it was a good build-up from the Reggae Boys once again, but when Green got that ball and he checked on his right foot, why didn't he swing the ball inside the 18 box? He had Lay who laid the ball off to him, making the run, and then he had Leon Bailey and Gray inside the 18 box. He should have swung that ball inside the 18 box, opted to go all the way back, and again was intercepted. So that wasn't a great decision from Daniel Green at all.
Not at all, and the referee runs across, as we pointed out, at least the fifth out of five or six times, because one player went down at least 3 times. So about 5 or 6 times we've seen El Salvador players going down in this half. They lead by 1-0.
Indeed.
You're not missing any action so far. The stretcher bearers are on. Referee says, put the player on the stretcher. We're not playing around. So the player has to go on the stretcher. He'd be taken off.
The referee doesn't want to. He's not getting paid for overtime, it seems, this afternoon. So, he doesn't want to be putting on 2-minute time. So he's not interested really in stopping the game too often. Some other players have gone down. I haven't remembered that Jamaican player going down and receiving a treatment in this half thus far, but
Maybe they're jet lagged.
would have seen it several times from the El Salvador players.
Maybe they're jet lagged.
Maybe not.
And maybe they're jet lagged. It's a strong possibility. Not missing any action whatsoever. 1-0 is a scoreline.
And it seems that if the change will be made,
The change will be made. You have the sheet. And going out is Wilfredo. I'll tell you who's coming in, number 33. 23, pardon me. That's Vasquez. For Vasquez is on for Wilfredo. In the meantime, play has broken up by Devon Speeder Williams to King. King loses possession. Oh, brilliantly done. And winning back the play is Brown. So Jamaica in possession midway their own half. Turning away from one brilliantly is King. Who's the play forwarding for Liam Bailey. Goalkeeper until it comes out of the penalty area and launch it at the fourth official's desk. Liam Bailey was actually advancing, so too goalkeeper Antonio for El.Salvador. He left his line like a torpedo, not allowing Bailey to latch on.
And he needed to, because none of the defenders on the El Salvador team, once Leon Bailey starts to move, can catch him once he's running into open space. So the goalkeeper did the right thing by coming out and making the clearance.
I'm looking at that play though, and Brown took the throw for the Jamaicans midway the half of El Salvador, but probably he mistake the shirt, because he's in a yellow shirt and he threw it to a man in a blue shirt who was all alone.
Maybe he lost some concentration for a minute there.
Maybe he got colorblind. In the meantime, El Salvador in possession. Daniel, that's outside the penalty area, roll in the possession. Back on the left hand side, brilliantly done, but broken up by Jamaican. Speeder Williams turns away from one. Has Brown surrounded by three players, puts it back inside of his own half to King. Along the ball to run alongside of him. Then to his captain, Blake. Blake has Low to his left. And King back to his right. He finds back King on his right. Midway his own half. Chips to play forward, looking for the run. Oh, the striker Gray. Gray tried to control. It's knocked away before Gray could control, but Brown has it. Finding Bailey. Surrounded by two players. Still Bailey dances over the play, and it actually slips over. And still in possession is Bailey. One touch. Then to King. King finding Brown on the right hand side. Brown to Williams. Williams then to Bailey at the center circle. Back over to Williams. Then to Morrison. Midway the half of El Salvador. Still to make about 12 passes. Back inside the center circle to Mariappa. Looking for the run of Low. Low goes on the right hand side. Still Low. Puts forces inside. Then to King. King to Williams alongside the center circle. Then over to the man they call Ravel Morrison on his right boot. Puts the play on the right hand side to Brown alongside the penalty area. The square comes alongside the penalty area and headed away. Coming off the left boot of Lay, the defender for the Jamaicans, trying to control it. And it went off his left boot, went over the touchline for a throw to El Salvador alongside their penalty area in their defensive third.
Yeah, that was really good from the Reggae boys there, Sean. And it all ended up with a fantastic cross from Brown. But Daniel Green should have made that run. He did not. He would have been heading that into the back of the net, Sean. It was a super cross. So the defender barely got a touch on him. But Daniel Johnson was laying back a bit, Sean. He should have attacked that 6-yard box, and that would have been on a platter for him, Sean. It was an excellent cross.
King between two defenders. Williams turns away from one. Brilliantly done by Williams. Has options to his left. Finds Green, backs to Williams. Low, just in front of the marathon tunnel at the half line is Mariappa. Mariappa finds now the left boot of King. Between two defenders, he finds Williams alongside the center circle, looking for Green. Green miscontrols it, almost taken away. But Morrison lays off the possession to Low. Alongside the center circle, Morrison telling his players to relax and cool down. They're down by one in Salvador, leading by 1-0, led by a header by Anthony. Low to Morrison. Back to Low inside the center circle. Laying the possession off to Morrison, advancing, chips to play to King. King along the play to bounce just in front of him. Then launches for inside the penalty area, looking for the head of Gray, headed up before Gray could latch on. And El Salvador in possession through their captain, finding now the right boot of Carlos. Broken up by the Jamaicans. Williams the header inside the center circle to Mariappa. Back to Williams. Turns away from one defender. Puts the play on the right hand side to Leon Bailey. Bailey turns beautifully. No look pass. Looking for the run of Gray, but broken up by the defense of El Salvador once again. In possession. Trying to twist. Trying to turn. And a foul committed.
I disagree with the referee for the first time. He was in trouble. The defender didn't move towards him. Thought he just turned and had nowhere to go and fell.
That's Oswaldo finding Daniel. Changing play on the right hand side, but lays there, read it well, headed out before could latch on. Daniel Green trying to chest down. They're appealing for a throw, and the second assistant says it goes the other way. Will be a throw to El Salvador. They lead by 1-0. Goal scored by Eric Anthony. Light breeze blowing over the grounds here at the National Stadium for this CONCACAF FIFA World Cup qualifying affair. Trying to turn is Santana, finding his goalkeeper Antonio inside of his penalty area, allowing the ball to roll inside the 6 yard. He chips it forward now on the left, controlled. Brilliantly done. Here comes Vidal. Puts a play forward, but coming back is Ravel Morrison, tackling and winning back possession for the Jamaicans. Brilliantly done by Morrison. Finding lanes, defensive third to Williams. One touch by Williams. Then to Low. Then to Mariappa inside his penalty area. Back to Low. Surrounded by 3 players. Chips it on the right hand side. Headed by Brown inside. Controlling is Leon Bailey. And he's tackled from behind by Daniel. And it will be a free kick after he fell over the right boot. And it will be a free kick to Jamaica, 5 yard from the half line inside their own half.
Never was going to allow Bailey to turn him there. Opted to foul. Jamaicans have started to play well again. Have taken over possession of this encounter, but the important thing is that El Salvador, they are in front.
They're in possession. Try to force the play. Low read it well. Give for the run, who just came on. Vasquez. But the goalkeeper, Blake, was there. Rafael Morrison to Williams in his defensive third. Turns it back over to Low. Then to Mariappa alongside his own penalty area. Deep inside his defensive third. Launching to Brown. Brown header up. More so than away. Another header coming from Brown. Moving well, but only to a man in a blue shirt in terms of the goal scorer, Anthony, who puts it in the defensive third of the Jamaicans, but won by Mariappa. Finding Morrison, who's going forward now. Still inside his own half. They trailed by 1. Looking for Williams. Williams' first touch. Always a little bit bouncy though. To Lay. Between 2 defenders. Looking for Green. Green fell over the possession. No whistle on the play. But here comes El.Salvador through Santana. Santana's option on his right. He finds him. Top of the penalty area. El.Salvador on the attack. Trying to go forward is Vasquez. Vasquez gets it back. Wants to give it a go. But he went to the right. And the pass was put to his left.
Well, Vasquez should have turned there, Sean. He had a little bit of space. He was in the 18 yard box. It's difficult for defenders to make tackle. So he was trying to lay it back off. I think he should have controlled and turned that, and he would have an opportunity to shoot towards goal.
Yellow card issued to El Salvador player. Jamaican player is down. We'll tell you who gets the yellow card in a very short while. Looks like the captain. That's Darwin Adelso. Getting that yellow card though. And the free kick for Jamaicans inside their own half, more so midway. 1 is the scoreline. Daniel Green was the man who fell over a short while ago. Held his face somewhat for some time, but he's up and running. Lay, back to Low. Inside Midway's own half. To Morrison. To the right-hand side to Green. They trail by 1. Green going wider right to Brown. Brown going back inside his own half. Showing a little bit not too much of the ball though. Then back to Low, the last man standing. To Mariappa to his left.
42nd minute.
Then back on the right hand side. Morrison puts the play to Leon Bailey, tackled from behind, whistle coming, and then the flag after lifting up by the first assistant. But the first assistant was about 2 yards away from the play, and he waited till the referee make the call before his flag went up.
Yes, he's not after the races tonight at all. He's very slow in making his decisions. Not so sure why that's the case.
It's a free kick to be taken by Jamaica's Brown. No, Brown walks away. Morrison wants it. Midway in the half of El Salvador, who leads by 1-0. First half coming to a closer. By minute 45. Morrison getting instructions from the coach Paul Hall inside of his technical area. The ball now swung inside the penalty area. Across the face of goal, header inside, and a shot by Green cleared off the left boot, and the flag goes up. The flag goes up.
Yes, he was offside. Both of them were, actually, for me. So that was a good call that time around from the first assistant.
When were they offside?
They went too early.
When the header was made?
No. Yes.
When the ball swung across and the header was made. That's when they're offside. Why did it take him 5 seconds after that to lift the flag?
I'm not sure.
There's no VAR here. Is there?
Yes.
Yes, there's VAR here. Maybe that's why.
But that situation, he would have to wait for the play to be halted before. He did not. So it was a delayed flag.
In the meantime, El Salvador in possession inside their own half. Daniel turning back to Antonio between the two sticks for El Salvador. Launches play on the right hand side. Brilliantly done by Antonio. Could be a midfielder. Loving now the ball alongside of the center circle. And a high boot that was. Think from Green. Green has to be careful though. He has barged into players. He has come in with some late tackles. The referee being very lenient. Only one yellow card to one Jamaican player so far. And a yellow card to one El Salvador player. The ball now swung toward the penalty area. King tossing for the possession. And goalkeeper Blake coming forward.
2 minutes to be added to the
Cleared by the goalkeeper, but right back to El Salvador on the left-hand side, trying to build somewhat. They lead by 1-0. Vidal fighting now the right boot of Oswaldo. Then to the captain himself, Adelso. Adelso, alongside the center circle, inside his own half on the right. Playing wider right to Carlos. Turns it right back on the half line, finding the dangerous Santana. Right back to Carlos. Then to the goal scorer, Anthony. Throws it again to the right boot of Santana. And on the right-hand side is broken up by the Jamaicans. Ravel Morris is surrounded by 3 players. Almost to the half line on the left-hand side. Turning back over to King. Inside its own half. Then to Lowe. Lowe looks left, looks right, launches upfield. Puts the player looking for the run of Green, but is broken up by El Salvador's defense. Inside their own half, fighting now the left boot of Oswaldo, who goes forward. He starts to play, but it's broken up by King. King now for the Jamaicans. Puts the play on the right. Oh, Leon Bailey was all alone on the right-hand side with a poor pass by Richard King.
This was a poor pass. Not known for his passing, though, Richard King, but you want to think that with so much time and space, and Leon Bailey was in space himself, should have been able to make that pass. He played it straight to the El Salvador defender.
So in time added on. El Salvador in possession. Still puts the play on the left-hand side. Inside their own half. Just trying to cool down the play though in the center circle. He's 5 passes so far. While El Salvador Santana back inside the center circle to Vidal. Vidal now on the left-hand side, just in front of the 4th official's desk. Changing play from left to right to invite Carlos. Carlos now to the dangerous striker Jairo. And however, the defender coming across and showing that he is a pillar of strength in the defense for the Jamaicans. He's fouled, pushed from behind by Jairo, and will be a free kick to the Jamaicans inside of the penalty area.
They have been pretty solid at the back, but just that one mistake from the corner. They have done really well there, the boys.
So that's the end of the first half of this matchup. And certainly 1-0 is a scoreline for this matchup.
Ladies and gentlemen.
And